mourns Jimmy Stewart, an American hero.
We shall not see his like soon again, if ever.
From Bob Hope to Henry Fonda, rare footage with his famous friends, as E.T. remembers the man behind the movie star.
I became a family man. The right girl came along and I grabbed her.
From his 44-year marriage to Jimmy's own hometown memories.
I learned growing up in Indiana the things that I kept with me all my life.
The interviews you won't see anywhere else. The moments shared only with E.T. It's a Wonderful Life remembered through the years.
That's it.
This is Entertainment Tonight for Thursday, July 3rd, 1997. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Stein. It's about going.
And I'm Jan Carl from Mary Hart. The actor disappears and a real live person appears on the screen, a person the audience cares about immediately. That's what the great director Frank Capra once said about Jimmy Stewart. Now with Stewart's passing, Leonard Maltin tells us that all of Hollywood has loving words and fond memories for the man who was, by all estimations, the best at his craft and the most decent in his life.
I've never heard anyone speak ill of Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart was far more than an actor. He was a very serious part of the American culture.
We shall not see his like soon again, if ever. And we loved him and miss him.
As camera crews keep a quiet vigil outside his home, Jimmy Stewart's fans pay tribute to their fallen hero. And as the nation mourns the passing of an American icon, Hollywood says goodbye to a legend and an old friend.
Decent man. And that rarest of all qualities, he was a gentleman.
Brad, this might help.
Too small.
Charlton Heston first met Jimmy when they co-starred in Cecil B. DeMille's The Greatest Show on Earth. It was only Heston's second movie, and Jimmy took the actor under his wing.
You just watched him on a set, and I tell you, that's the way you're supposed to do it.
They became friends. In the 1960s, they were both nominated for Best Actor Academy Award. Jimmy for Anatomy of a Murder, and Heston for Ben-Hur. Heston would win.
He took me by the elbow. He said, "Chuck, I hope you win. I really mean it. No other actor I've ever known would do that, let alone mean it."
Close friend Robert Wagner called Stewart a true American hero, adding, he was a kind, generous, and powerful person, and took the time to make people feel as if they were the most important person in the world. Everyone who knew Jimmy was better off.
Rolling on, just like a rolling stone.
Stewart and Henry Fonda were lifelong friends, but all of Hollywood loved Jimmy Stewart. It was his kindness and generosity that endeared him to the film community, and his performances set an example for the next generation of actors.
Well, that's all right. I just wanted to find out whether you still had faces. I bet I've seen every film he's ever made. I think I learned a lot from Jimmy Stewart. I would have loved to be Jimmy Stewart or be a Jimmy Stewart type.
Yesterday, Tom Hanks echoed that admiration, saying the true gift that Jimmy Stewart shared with us will linger forever, both before our eyes in his film and in our hearts because of his spirit. We will all miss him. That spirit was applauded when President Reagan and wife Nancy paid tribute to Jimmy at the Kennedy Center honors in 1983. Yesterday, the Reagans called Stewart a close, close friend who has been part of our lives forever. We shared so many of life's precious moments with him.
I apologize for the intrusion. I'm being a little forward now.
Oh, please, don't go.
Raquel Welch shared some moments with Jimmy nearly 30 years ago in Bandolero, but the memories are still fresh.
He was a really stand-up person with character and principles, and that showed in everything he did. And he will be missed, but he's left such a wonderful legacy. I hope that he realized that.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I don't know how you did it, Eve, but thank you a million times.
When Brenda Vaccaro appeared with him in the disaster epic Airport 77, she discovered that the then 68-year-old actor was still young at heart.
He was very much a youthful presence, even though it was James Stewart. And he was always gracious, always
Jimmy's friends have for his accomplishments is eclipsed by their admiration for the storybook romance he shared with his wife, Gloria.
I think the reason that we finally lost Jimmy is that after he had earlier lost his dear wife, Gloria, life just wasn't the same for him after that.
They were just like lovers. That was wonderful. I miss him.
So do we all. One more huge fan of Jimmy Stewart's was director Steven Spielberg. In fact, this is what Spielberg told us here at ET. He said, Jimmy Stewart was the apple of America's eye. I can't imagine another apple tree ever again bearing the kind of fruit that Hollywood's golden era nurtured for almost a century. As you can see, Jimmy Stewart is somebody who had an impact on almost everybody in and out of the movie industry.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Don't go too far. You'll be back with it later on? Yes, indeed. In fact, I had the good fortune of speaking with Jimmy Stewart several times for ET, and we'll have some special moments from those interviews a bit later. All right, thanks, Leonard. All of us, of course, think of Jimmy Stewart in terms of those great roles up on screen, but to those who knew him best, he was first and foremost a loving husband and father.
My family meant more to me than anything else.
Coming up, a look at the man behind the Hollywood legend. Then, memories from Jimmy Stewart's hometown, from his favorite stories about his father to his childhood friends. Plus, E.T. opens up the vault to show you all